Last year, one of my top 10 favorite reads was Bunny by Mona Awad, and the sequel, We Love You Bunny, comes out tomorrow. In a way, this captured pretty perfectly the feeling of an on-site reunion. The world, the setting has the exact same feeling to it, but the tone and the pacing are wildly different. The first book was an absolute roller coaster. It felt like descending into a psychosis. There was constant whiplash from these twists and turns, and you could not stop. It left your mind spinning. In this one, we get a much deeper exploration into the world, into the characters, and into everything that's going on. Essentially, the bunnies that we know from the first book, they've read Samantha's book and they weren't terribly happy with the way that they were portrayed. So when she came to town on a book tour where they all went to college, they decided to kidnap her, hold her hostage, and tell her their side of the story. The first book was described in one of its blurbs as Frankenstein by way of Heathers. And that was incredibly true. And though this second book is very different, I feel it's far more evocative of Mary Shelley's original work. In fact, we even get the perspective through part of this book of one of their creations. And his voice is a beautiful echo of Victor Frankenstein's creation's voice. If readers are expecting this book to be a replica of the first, if they are expecting that 100-mile-a-minute feel where you never know what's happening, this book is not the same. It knows that it does not have that same element of surprise. It knows that you already know the more fantastical elements of the story are coming. If you're specifically looking for that whiplash feeling, you're going to like the first book better. For those who are left confused by the first book, this is the one that they're gonna like better. This is the one that's taking the time to answer all the questions and explain how this world and its characters really work. The personalities start to make more sense, and the characters we met briefly in the first book, like Jonah, become so much more fleshed out, and you really fall so much deeper in love with him. He was already endearing. He's great in this one. I will say, it doesn't answer everything, but it answers enough. The resolutions are satisfying enough that they do sate any remaining curiosity. Is this different from the first book? Yes, but it is an amazing read. This is both a sequel and a prequel to the first book, and it could also function as a standalone. Personally, I think they complement each other so well that they work better as a pair, but there is enough summarizing of the first book happening where necessary in this second book that you're not going to be left confused if you decide not to read the first. As always, there is a longer write-up of all of this available on my website, along with any relevant content warnings. Yes, there are a lot this time, at writing.hallidaynelson.com. And I want to know what you are reading too. No matter how big my TBR pile gets, it's gonna keep growing. Happy reading.